Hey guys, welcome to Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds. I'm Nerdarchist Ryan, and today I'm joined by
Nathan Nerdarch.
Dave.
Ted.
And today we're going to talk about an unorthodox character build, the Tattoosionist.
Jump down the description below, or you can find Nerdarchy the newsletter. Get RPG tips as well as learn how to game with us.
Who approached us with this idea of the Tattoosionist?
So this
actually,
this had come around from a discussion in the comments from another video. It might have been the Mountain That Sneaks or something like that. But somebody brought up, could you do animate object, or what was it? Oh, on someone's tattoo. I was like, well, that's not really the spirit of the spell. Like, it's really, you could animate a piece of paper with like a drawing on it, and the paper's moving, so maybe you have this like animation thing. But I was thinking how cool it would be to make an illusionist who had tattoos that casting illusion magic would make the tattoos look like they came to life and did things.
Well, I feel like we've seen plenty of examples of that in different. Well, Summoner would work as well.
Yeah,
but in different media, we've seen.
Electra.
Yes, the Electra movie, and that's probably not the first place that's happened as well.
Yeah, like there's probably some comic books or some other novels that had characters.
And there's definitely different ways to flavor this. I've also seen origami done that way too, where they use their power to make something with origami and then kind of like bring it to life. There was a character called the Paper Tiger. That would do something similar. But yeah, absolutely, you could actually make the tattoos as one of the spell components,
like the arcane focus or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's pretty solid.
Whether you're going with a conjurer or an illusionist type character. Now the only downside to this type of character is you are kind of limited in the sense that you would probably want to like map out what tattoos you have.
You could go like crazy Yakuza style where you just have like just tattoos covering you like everywhere. So you could be like, yeah, I have that too.
Yeah.
Or you could, as you were saying, map it out, and you're like, all right, at this level, I'm going to have this thing, so I want to acquire this one tattoo, and you can build it out and work with the DM so that you are acquiring new tattoos around the same time that you were getting the new levels of spells.
Well, the other fun thing too would be if you're incorporating tattoo magic into your game as well, it's to incorporate some of those into the other tattoos as well to kind of like flesh it out and give you a different suite of abilities. So our Tattoosionist, right? What do we see him as being as far as race, class? It sounds like we're going wizard and
obviously wizard, yeah,
and background. I think we should stay away from small races. Less canvas space.
Less body area.
Yeah. Should definitely be like, this would be cool. This would be
Goliath.
cool as a Goliath.
Yeah,
although we just did a Goliath build.
So I was thinking we go half orc, because that to me seems the most like tribal of them. Now, yes, half orc wizard, we don't work well together. I'm throwing that out there. You guys do it.
Well, there's several problems with it. Mechanically, thematically, I think it's a cool idea, but mechanically, one of the other problems is the half orc's ability
is about fighting.
Is about fighting in melee when they do extra crit damage. So you're kind of getting boned on that because that will like never come up.
All right.
Well, it doesn't come up too much as it is, but yeah, I understand.
It goes
you're
from
losing it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just totally off the table.
I will. You could do your old version and have him be human. That's a quarter orc.
Well, you could do that. You could kind of do a little reflavoring of the heritage, or you could just go with a tribal human would work as well.
Yeah, and so we do have the Goliath would be an acceptable usage of it. Also, the dwarf is probably pretty solid as well.
Yeah, especially because they do a lot with rune magic and stuff like that. But I feel like that character would be less the tattoos would be less like objects and monsters and things that are more like runes.
It doesn't have to be. Like my dwarf is kind of bikerish, and he wants like wolves and elementals.
You're totally playing it wrong.
Yeah, okay, totally. Your fun is wrong.
With prestidigitation, can't you change the color of things? So could you say
and flavor?
Okay, and flavor. So could you change the color and flavor of what you're doing in the sense of changing, your skin? You're just making certain areas of it colored. So you could, in a sense, make whatever
Correct.
tattoos you feel like having at the time on your body by changing the color, like henna. Like a henna tattoo, it's just color, ink in your body that's
Just
going to
lasts for
eventually
10 minutes at a time.
Yeah, it's just not going to last for too long. And then you could kind of just have, like, on your arm, whatever shapes you feel like having at the time. And I feel like illusion magic, like if you did phantasmal force to do attacks and stuff like that, I think the suggestion of them seeing the tattoo arm and then the, like, tattoos peeling off of them and, like, turning into something.
Yeah, that's
a good,
true.
That's a good, like, oh, yeah, I have magic tattoos. It's totally fake.
Yeah.
But you've got them tricked, so I think that would be good for.
Or other things.
They're
like
not necessarily
fear
going to think
effects.
it's fake.
Like you like the fear spell. Like instead
yeah.
of like the tattoo itself coming to life to attack them, maybe you have like spectral skulls that like shoot off of your body, and that's like the component of your fear spell, which would be pretty freaking terrifying.
Yeah.
Well, and also from like the idea of rune shapes, like you could have just like the line patterns of the runes come off and like form whatever they need to form. So you take these abstract lines and then they just form into a wolf or a bear or skulls.
Pint of beer.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could definitely do that. So
The beer was cursed.
But so let's we should probably settle on
Sodium bicarbonate.
All right, so are we going with human?
We should settle on a race. If you're going spellcaster, human is the most versatile as far as getting the stat bumps that you want.
Mm-hmm.
Because intelligence, I think the only person that gets intelligence,
High elf.
high elf gets a +1, or you have to go gnome and again canvas space.
Yeah. It's a bit of a restriction.
Let's go human. You could go sailor. Sailors like to have tattoos, so if you want to go very conventional with it, a human sailor.
For the background?
Yeah.
See, now, I guess I was envisioning, like, they tattoo themselves.
Mm.
And so, like, I was almost thinking, like, guild artisan.
Oh, yeah, guild artisan, yeah.
But their trade is they're a tattooist.
See, I was seeing more along the lines of the tribal thing, so I was thinking Outlander.
So all of them will work. I mean, you can make all that go together. It's fine too.
It's all about the tool proficiencies.
Yeah.
Not that tool making kit is or the tattoo making kit is in the PHP, but we get at it.
Yeah.
Well, a guild artisan always is prepared for his craft, so.
And since you're really just going with a reflavoring and being thematic, the truth of the matter is you could go wizard, or you could go sorcerer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorcerer would work.
Warlock fits as well.
I don't know
Warlock.
Warlock has.
They just don't have enough spells.
Yeah,
to
they
make
just
it
get to do it once in a blue.
They
Well,
don't
except
need
for
many tattoos.
once you start getting into invocations, though, they have some things that they basically get to do at will.
Yeah, yes.
So it almost like it starts to make more sense of like, oh, well, I have these spells that are kind of like my go-to things. So like your tattoos being very consistent kind of start to make more sense.
Mm-hmm.
And also too, like you could also go with the idea that your body is your spell book, but like maybe it's not traditional in the sense that the tattoos are, or that the spells are written out like a normal spell would be, but they're objects. Or is it that each tattoo image is made up of runes and writing?
Yeah, I actually did that with a human diviner who was a little person, so less canvas space, but that he was like
He wrote really tiny.
He was a diviner, and so he would have runic spells like on himself tattooed.
Well, it's like there's really intricate drawings that as you get closer and closer have more and more symbolism and things within it. So like a black line is not really a black line, it's just very densely packed information.
Itty bitty space, yeah, writing space.
So yeah, I kind of like that idea of whatever it is, but if you're using like the summons and maybe you represent that through different animals or monsters or whatever, but each one of those is actually made up of the writing and the runes, and you're instead of studying your spell book, you study your body. You've got like multiple mirrors. You
need to do the angling of the mirrors.
It turns out you actually had to go with the noble background, alternate inversion, knight, so you could have the retainers follow you around to hold the mirrors up so you can read.
That's kind of cool. Well, no, also too, like you can start tattooing on them.
Oh,
because
even better.
I'm running out of space here, so your retainers are people.
Maybe no, your body's pristine. You don't put a single tattoo on you. You just put it on them.
Well, you could do like a sort of
walking
like
spell
a golden child sort of thing, like a Dalai Lama or whatever, and like so they're disciples that follow you, and they like review you as this holy person.
2 words: moonbeam. You know where that tattoo's going.
There we go.
So with that, what do you guys think? Would you play a Tattoosionist in your game? Let us know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe.
You can check out all the social links down below.
Until next time,
Stay nerdy.